Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So now I thought I would do a Q&A because I promised some people I will do one this weekend and the weekend here has started. So I just thought I would get it over with so I don't forget. And I might have other ideas for audios and then I will postpone the Q&A and yeah, let's just do it now. So I'm gonna start with some interesting questions I got recently from potential clients. So the first one was if I want my ex back, is it okay if I also hex him because I'm angry at at the ex? So no. uh, everybody has free will. You can do whatever you want. I don't perform hexes, as you know, guys. But I don't think it's a good idea, and I'm going to explain why. The reason why is when you are trying to get back together with someone, so performing love spells, love related spells, X backs, love spells, communication spells, whatever it is that you're doing, uh, you need to be in a high vibration. So, high vibration means like working on yourself. And if you're gonna hack somebody, you're doing it out of negative emotions, right? And you're focusing on the negative stuff because you're hacking somebody. And to be in a high vibration, you need to focus on the positive stuff, not necessarily about this person, but positive stuff in general in life. And bringing somebody down, trying to harm somebody in any way or form is not positive. It's not high vibrational, and it shows that you need to do a lot of work on yourself, basically, because you're very wounded and you're very triggered, and you want revenge. That is what you want. And this is why it's not a good idea, because then your love spells, if you be focusing on doing something harmful to the ex and doing hexes, which are dark magic, basically, we can call it that. Your love spells would not benefit from that. Your vibration would not match the love spells, because love spells are about positivity. And I know so many people think that love spells are wrong, and that's because people think that love spells take away somebody's free will, but they don't. What they do is they can give you a second chance, and that person will choose you, um, because they will want to. It will be their choice. They will only be, guided towards it. They will only be presented with some pushes that are in your favor, sorry. But for all of that to happen, you need to be in the right vibration. And if you're performing hexes on your ex, that is not the right vibration to be in. It only shows, and this has nothing to do with the ex, by the way, because when you do vibrational work, as you know, you are not working on the ex at all. You're working on yourself. So what it shows is that you are bitter, you're angry, you want revenge, you want to hurt somebody. These are all signs that, you're very wounded, and you're reacting from that wound. You're not feeling safe and secure. You're feeling threatened. And this is no way to go. So my answer is basically no, to put it shortly. It's not a good idea. But to kind of explain why, I hope everybody kind of understands where I'm coming from and what I'm trying to explain here. Um, and while I am on the subject, I have noticed that some people only want to get back together with their exes because they want revenge. This is also not going to work, because you are coming from, again, low vibration, and you need to change that energy, because you're coming from I want revenge. I feel wounded. I don't feel safe and secure. And this is why I want validation from this person. But I don't really want the person back. I only want the validation and then I want to have my revenge. So, completely wrong. Okay, so to sum up, I don't do revenge love spells. I work with people that truly want their ex back, that truly want that second chance, that have good intentions. That is what I'm looking for in clients, not some petty revenges and like games and stuff like that. I'm not interested in any of those stuff. Okay, so we have a question here about how long would results take after casted by the full moon. So I guess skull spells. So every spell I cast starts working immediately after casting. So your target will receive pushes immediately, but it's gonna depend on the target how long it's gonna take for the results or if there even gonna be any results. And also another thing that it depends on is your own vibration. And this is something that you can actually control while your target is something that, someone that has free will. But spells start working immediately, actually. And how long it will take, it varies because it depends on the situation, on the target, and on your vibration. As I always say, those are the three things that will, that are important here. Okay, so this was an interesting question. So somebody asked me if a communication spell can be, successful potentially, if they haven't, seen the person in 30 years, which is such a long time, right? So the longer it's been, obviously the energy bonds are weaker, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't exist and that they are not still there. It will depend, of course, on the kind of relationship and whether it's karmic, whether it's it's a lot of stuff that it will depend on. So it is possible. However, obviously the chances are smaller if it's been such a long period of time. Okay. And then another question was if I needed a photo if it's been 30 years. So how we work with energies, it's individual basically, but for the most part, the just having a little conversation with you allows me to kind of, you know, be in your energy and get your energy. And through you, I can pick up energies of others as well if they're really close to you and if there's a strong energetic bond. If it's been 30 years, it's highly unlikely that I'm going to be able to pick it up through you that well. And yes, I would prefer to have a photo. It would make chances of working bigger, basically. Okay, now we have a question. I think I'm gonna end with this one because I don't want to make it too long. But we have a question about friendship, and the question is, why is it difficult for me to find friends? Why don't I have a lot of friends? What might be, energetical reasons, and also this group of people that I want to be friends with, they have a friend that is like weak. Not sure what this means, but I'm assuming a person that's unpopular, not confident, maybe stuff like that. And why are they okay? Why are they okay with a weak friend but not with me? Is the question. So I'm gonna answer this one first. Um, So just you asking this and you thinking about this and you focusing on this is showing a lot of things about you. So, first of all, what this is saying is, I'm not chosen. Why is this person chosen and I'm not chosen? If me and this person are similar, why is this person chosen and not me? So, there is a problem, a limiting belief, whatever you want to call it. A program, should I say. There is a program running in your subconscious mind that's telling you, I'm never chosen, I'm not good enough. And like people just like me are chosen and are good enough, but not me. And it's bothering you, and you want to be the chosen one. So, first of all, in general, with finding friends and why it may be difficult, it doesn't have to be an energy reason, of course. It can just be that you might be awkward, you might be a bit too introverted, you just you just don't really know how to socialize. It can be a bunch of stuff, and this is something you absolutely can work on. And it's also possible that you might have social anxiety, and this is not specific to the person that asked. It's just like in general, I'm trying to, help others as well. So it could be social anxiety. So social anxiety is something that so many people suffer from, and it's definitely something that can be worked on. So what I would recommend is really working on yourself always, and if needed, also get some therapy for a specific issue, because if you find a really good therapist, I think they can help you tremendously. And um, social anxiety can keep you actually away from some wonderful things that could happen to you. So don't let it, deal with it. Deal with it because you can. You absolutely can. So, number one, it doesn't have to be like an energy reason, but usually, if you have any of these, issues, social anxiety, being a bit awkward, being introverted, whatever it is, if you have any of these, your energy will be a certain way as well. So, basically, it will also be an energy thing as well. So, if you don't feel confident, if you don't feel like you're good enough, if you feel like nobody ever wants to be your friend, these are all limiting beliefs. And yes, I am aware that you're going to say maybe, but I have created these beliefs because these things happened to me. Sure, okay, great. Yes, you did. I mean, we do, our brain does program itself based on previous experiences. But here's the thing, just because somebody rejected you, it doesn't mean you will always be rejected. Just because, you haven't had any friends before doesn't mean that you will never have them. It's your brain is generalizing things a lot because it's only going after what happened in the past. It's not thinking about, okay, but you know, this doesn't matter. It doesn't, because it doesn't. It was in the past, and it happens to everyone. Everyone will be rejected at some point. It doesn't mean that I am not never chosen. It doesn't mean I'm not good enough. It doesn't mean I'm not interesting enough. It doesn't mean all of these things. So it is an internal issue as always. And what you need to do is you need to reprogram your brain into thinking that yes, you are good enough to have friends and people do like you, because a lot of people, and you may not be aware of this, guys, but a lot of people will have this subconscious belief that people just don't like them, that most majority of people doesn't like them, that they're not likable, and their energy will kind of go in that direction, and also their behavior will go in that direction as well, because it's all connected. So the first thing you need to change is your opinion about yourself and about others as well, because you're thinking nobody likes me and I'm unlikable and I'm never chosen and I'm not good enough. And those are truthfully the things that you are thinking subconsciously. You may not be aware of them, but trust me, that is the problem. So you need to change that because it's not true. It's not true. Honestly, it's not. And you're going to see that it is not true. Okay? So another question was, could it be because I have different interests than this group of people? So, I mean, it could be, but there is no reason why you couldn't be friends because of that. Because so many people have friends that have totally different interests than they do, and they still kind of bond over something. It doesn't have to be a mutual interest. I have friends that have totally different interests than me, uh, and we're still friends. So, it's not a deal breaker at all. Okay, so basically, this is what I think. Um, I think that this question about the weak friend, and this is just how the person has um, the expression the person has used, it's not mine. The question about the weak friend shows that you don't feel chosen, and you feel kind of sort of a bit angry, and angry might not be the right word, but um, you have this emotion inside of you because somebody else is chosen and they are weak. So think about it. It gives you a certain emotion, right? And this is something that is coming from you being triggered because you're not chosen. You don't feel chosen. It's it's a self-esteem thing, and guys, if it's a problem for you to make friends, I recommend working on your self-esteem a lot. And by working on your self-esteem, I mean the vibrational work we do. It's for everything. It's very important to get to know you really well, to be aware of what triggers you, to be aware of everything, like truly, truly, truly. And you're gonna see how much that's gonna change you. So you need to change your energy. And once you do the work, your energy will be a lot more attractive to other people. And that you're just going to notice that people in general are going to be treating you differently and going to respond to you differently. And you're not going to feel anymore like nobody likes you. And I'm actually saying all of this from experience because I had a lot of issues when I was a child with making friends. I had a lot of issues with being with social anxiety, with feeling different because, well, I am, as you know. And it was hard for me to kind of understand that not everybody will reject me because of my abilities and because I'm different, and that not everybody is gonna think negative things about me because of that. And it took me really long to kind of get to the point where I stopped feeling like nobody likes me and nobody wants to be my friend. And now I have lots of friends. So it can be changed. It can be changed. And also, if you want specific friends or specific types of friends, you can use spell work. I did it for myself. It 100% worked. And also, if you just want to kind of open your horizons and have more people reach out to you, and more people respond to you better, vibrational work, you're gonna see such a difference. So guys, I'm gonna end it here. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk soon. Bye.